a small whiteboard there in the lap, or what was that?
Yeah, no, just signing something.
So when you reviewed the tape, I just asked you your primary takeaway from the second half. Obviously, when you guys were able to kind of turn things around in Houston.
Yeah, I mean, again, there were some good things in the game. There were some things that we, didn't do well enough. I thought our situational football was better. At the end of the half, at the end of the game, but still some things we need to clean up.
And I know it's early, just checking if you had any update on Damian Harris's availability with the ribs injury.
No, no update yet.
Next question, Chris Ryan, followed by Evan Lazar.
Morning, Bill. How are you?
Hey, Chris. Good morning.
Just your thoughts on how it can positively impact an offense to come back the way that you did, to make plays, particularly getting into the end zone when that had been challenging. And is that a building point for you guys, or what are your thoughts on that?
On what now, Chris?
How the offense kind of came together in the second half, coming from behind, making big plays. Is that something that springboards an offense in your view?
Well, sure. I think anytime you do things well, it builds your confidence, whether it's in practice or, more importantly, in game situations. But until you do something and see it done successfully, I don't think you have quite the same level of confidence. And of course, doing it in a game starts in practice, but then doing it in a game just reinforces that. So again, I think we have some things to build on, and we have some things we need to continue to work on, or little details that could make a big difference in some of the plays in all three phases.
And just how would you describe Matthew Judon's impact on the defense? 6.5 sacks so far, and how has he helped to impact that defense?
Yeah, well, Matt's an explosive player, and he's certainly given us a number of significant plays. I think as he continues to work with his teammates and build communication and adjustments in the defense, that'll continue to get better. I think that's still an area that he's I wouldn't say it's deficient, but I think it will improve. And it has improved over the course of the year, and I think it will continue to do that. But he's made a number of big plays, and he's he's strong, he's fast, and he's instinctive. So he's got some good tools to work with.
Thanks, Bill.
Welcome.
Next question, Evan Lazar, followed by Alex Barth.
Hey, Coach, I wanted to ask you about the offensive line after reviewing the tape, just how you felt that group performed. It seemed like they did a pretty good job stepping in there yesterday.
Yeah, I thought overall as a group they played hard. They played with a high level of intensity and competitiveness. Overall the pass protection was pretty good, and we're able to punch out some yards in the run game. But I thought they fought hard, competed hard, and for guys that haven't really played much or played together much, I thought they did a pretty good job.
And with Yadni Kajusta, this was his first kind of regular season NFL game. Just how did you think that he looked after reviewing the game?
Yeah, I think all the things I said about the group would apply to to each of the individual players as well. Good effort. Again, a lot of positive things. Not perfect, but more good than bad for sure.
Thanks, Coach.
You're welcome.
Next question, Alex Barth.
Hey, good morning. I'm wondering just what it says to you about Jamie Collins. I know he didn't play a ton on defense, but that he can show up in the middle of the week and do enough where he can go and get a sack in a game.
Right. Well, I mean, it was a good play by Jamie. He was unblocked up the middle. But he played some plays for us in the kicking game and on defense, and we'll see how his role develops going forward. But it was good to have him, and certainly that was big. That was a big play for us.
Thank you.
Next question, Karen Bergen.
Good morning, Bill.
Hi, Karen.
I don't know if you've looked at the tape yet, but I was wondering about the challenge of the Cowboys and what you're up against come Sunday.
Yeah, we really, spent all last week focusing on the Texans, and so after we get through with the film this morning, we'll turn the page and move on to Dallas. We have other members of our staff who have prepared for them and have gotten some of the preparations ready for the rest of us. But obviously they're a good team, and we have a ton of respect for them. But as far as a lot of details and all that, I haven't really focused on them yet.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next question, Phil Perry.
Hey, Bill. It sounded like Jake Bailey might have hit a few warm-up kicks yesterday before the game. Would he be the backup option if something were to happen to Nick? I know Nick was on the injury report last couple of weeks.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, he does that every week. So, yeah, he would be our backup place kicker. That's right.
He obviously has a pretty big leg as a punter. Would you guys be confident in him from a fairly reasonable distance, you think?
Yeah, I mean, Jake's a dual specialist. He would obviously be our kicker if we didn't have Nick. But Nick's, overall, Nick's kicked very well for us. So certainly wouldn't put Jake in ahead of Nick. But if something were to happen, or, Jake's certainly shown the ability to kick the ball off the ground as well as punt it. So, and vice versa. Nick would have to back up Jake in the punting area as well.
And just want to ask you, it sounded like Alex Cora was pretty excited to hear from you before the game the other night. How closely will you be watching those guys moving forward here?
Yeah, well, it was a great win last night. Saw the highlights on the walk-off, and must have been a heck of a game. We were on the plane, but I've known Alex for quite a while. I have a lot of respect for him. Certainly all he's done here for the Red Sox, and the championship they won, and looks like they've put together another good team here, and they're fun to watch and play.
Thanks, Bill.
Yep, you're welcome.
As I see no other hands raised, we'll end it there. Thank you very much, Coach.
Great, thank you.
Recording stopped.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to the finish line together.
When did Bud Light Seltzer start making lemonade?
Probably when 2020 handed us all those lemons.
New Bud Light Seltzer Lemonade, packed with lemonade flavor after a lemon of a year.
Opponents? I've gone up against thousands.
And there's an opponent we're all up against, COVID-19.
But there's a way to beat it. Get vaccinated.
So when it's your turn, roll up your sleeves.
And let's get to